Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome along to episode 29 of our Director of Football Challenge with Football Club Barcelona. As always, thank you very much for coming back to the series. Thank you for clicking play. So yeah, today, episode 29, you can see we are playing Villarreal away at El Madrigal, or the Ceramica, whatever they call it these days. Different game than advertised. I had said I was going to do either the Clasico against Real Madrid or more likely the Champions League group stage opener. Now when I show you the schedule in a minute you'll understand why, but we did Real Madrid game at the end of last season, and it turns out that our first Champions League opponent we also did towards the end of last season as well, so I didn't really want to do another video against either one of the teams. So the Villarreal one was on the horizon, so I figured we would do this one. So today I'm just going to round up the transfer window. I have a request to show you a member of staff that I found that I mentioned in an earlier video, and yeah, we'll just have a look at things in general. This is our Champions League group. Then we got Group H, and you can see what a group it is. So we got Chelsea, we got Marseille, our team from FM17, and we got Feyenoord Rotterdam as well. And as you can see, our first match was at Stamford Bridge. It was against Chelsea. We won it 2-1. It was a bit of an FMing, it has to be said. Chelsea absolutely dominated us for most of the game. But because we played them in the semi-final last season, we played both legs on camera, and I didn't really want to do another video against them so soon. And we have got match days 3 and 4 of the group stage are against Marseille, so I definitely want to do one of those games in an upcoming video. So yeah, I think you understand, I didn't really want to do Real Madrid or Chelsea again so soon after the end of last season. So should be an interesting game against Villarreal, because it's not been a great start to us to the league for us. Here are our results so far then, and you can see that it has been a very tricky start. So we had the game against Espanyol. It was a 3-3 draw. It was all going so well. Luis Suarez put us 2-0 up inside the first 8 minutes, but unbelievably Espanyol within 10 minutes of that were back level at 2-2. Then Gerard Piqué gets sent off for a ridiculous tackle. They score, Espanyol, 5 minutes later to go 3-2 up at the break, and then we just battered them. 10 men, we absolutely smashed them. Luis Suarez did get it level at 3-3 after 5 minutes into the second half, and we hit the woodwork a couple of times. Their keeper made some brilliant saves. With 10 men, we should have won that game easily. Really frustrating start to the season. Didn't get a lot better against Real Sociedad. A Leo Messi penalty put us in front, but Sociedad equalised. But then, I wish I had done it on camera now. The Clasico against Real Madrid in the Camp Nou, and we slaughtered them. Suarez, Messi and Piqué got the goals, and it could have been a lot more than 3-0. It was a superb performance. Probably is going to go down as our best performance of the season. It was absolutely incredible. Then of course we had that game against Chelsea at the Bridge. You can see Stefan de Vrij sent off against his former employers, Luis Suarez, and then own goal from David Alaba, Karim Benzema with Chelsea's goal, and they really should have come out of that game with all 3 points. But it kind of flipped on us immediately at Eibar. We kind of FM'd Chelsea. Eibar definitely FM'd us. We were the dominant team. We were the superior team. We struggled to break them down in the first half, so we changed things for the second half. We went in front. Bernard scored, and it looked like it was going to be plain sailing, but we couldn't hold the lead. 2 minutes later, Serge Enrique scored, and then 20 minutes after that, he scored again. So it's not brilliant, and the eagle-eyed among you might have noticed at the top, it says we are 13th in La Liga. Just look at this. We are way off the pace at the moment. So we've got today's game in hand. We were supposed to play in midweek against, I think it was Granada, but they had a Copa del Rey match, which meant that the game got postponed. So it's going to be another one of those that we have to chase through the season to try and get it played. As it stands though, we are 8 points behind the leaders Valencia and Atletico, and Real Madrid have not had a great start either. They've already lost 3 out of their first 5 matches. So if we can win today, we will get back up there. But Villarreal are 7th. It's not going to be an easy game, and if we lose it, it's going to be a very tricky position that we find ourselves in. So in the roundup there, I mentioned Bernard scoring for us. He was a deadline day signing, or very close to the end of the deadline. Really good signing, I think. Really happy with this one. He came in for 20 million euros from Shakhtar. Brilliant from our DOF that has found this guy. Well, not found him, but signed him. Really excellent player. Look at those lovely green stats on the flair, on the off the ball, on the acceleration and the agility, the first touch and the dribbling. His finishing's all right as well for the position. So, and he's already off the mark for the club. He scored twice against Inter in the friendly as well that we had. So yeah, really happy. He's scored in the Champions League. He scored in La Liga. Really happy to have this guy on board. I think he could go on and be a really good player for us. And one player that we did sell was Jordi Alba. So he wanted to go. It was really tough to be able to keep him. Atletico Madrid kept coming in with the offers. We finally accepted one. I had to bring the asking price down a bit because I really needed to get him out of the club. He wasn't happy. I'm gutted to lose him because he's a fabulous player. He's had 6-7 brilliant seasons at the club. But 35 million came in for him, and he got a big old wage off the wage bill as well, around about the 180 that he's on at Atletico. Not happy to sell him to a La Liga rival, but it's one troublemaker out of the club, and that has to be a good thing. So in the previous video, I said that I'd found, I think it was in the Chelsea one, the Champions League semi-final video, I said that I'd found an assistant manager that I really wanted to sign because my current assistant manager, Aspiasu, was coming up to the end of his contract. And Callum McKinnon commented on our on that video saying, who was it? So thank you, Callum. I forgot to show you him. Here he is. He's Roberto Moreno from Celta de Vigo. Really looks really good man management, and the player ability and potential judging is really good as well for the assistant manager roles. I reckon I would have got him pretty easily, but unfortunately, of course, our assistant manager in the club signed a new contract, so I can't really have him. And before we get to the match then, one final stop, and it is the Copa del Rey draw. It's just been made just before this game, and it's bizarre. It really is. Historically in Spain, they used to draw it that they would draw the ties all the way from here, the fourth round, all the way through to the semi-final, so you knew which half of the draw you were in. Now, if I bring it up, that is still how they do it in Football Manager. Now, this is a little bit of an inaccuracy because I think it was last season they changed it and they don't do it anymore. They draw each round individually, which is brilliant. It's how it should be. This is ridiculous. So yeah, Football Manager, Miles, if you're watching, and of course you are, you need to change it because this is 2 seasons out of date now. But while we're at it, look at our draw. It's fabulous. This is the semi-final draw. So we play Lugo, then we play Las Palmas or Levante, then it's the winner of whoever comes out of Zaragoza, Malaga, Lorca or Coruña, and the hardest team on the other side is kind of Valencia. You've got Espanyol, you've got Real Betis in there, but we don't play Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid unless we reach the final. So that is really good. I mean, this is the criticism of the way they draw it here is if you're a smaller team and you end up in the half of the draw with Real Madrid, with Barcelona, with Atletico, you kind of chuck it in. You maybe don't give it your all. Whereas if you draw each round individually, it's like the FA Cup, isn't it? You can have the shocks. You can have, I mean, in real life, we've just had Leganés win at the Bernabeu and put out Real Madrid. And if it comes out as a draw, a one-off draw, then I think that works an awful lot better. This is a silly method. And yeah, FM, sort it out. So the team coming into the match then, we have got Marc-Andre ter Stegen in goal, Lucas Digne, Samuel Umtiti, Gerard Piqué, Sergi Roberto at the back, Ivan Rakitic just in front of them, and then it's Andre Gomez and Paulinho, Ousmane Dembele, Leo Messi and Denis Suarez. Get my teeth in. Luis Suarez up top. I was just getting a bit of ahead of myself there. Andre Gomez is back in the squad. He was spent last season with the B team. I brought him back up after Iniesta's retirement. I was hoping to sell him, but it didn't happen. So I'm going to give him a few games, see how he does. It did mean that we had to deregister Nia Biton, the former Celtic player that we signed last January, I think it was. I wasn't really that enthusiastic about him anyway. Barely figured, so he's gone down into the B team. He's just scored twice actually for them, so he's probably going to be quite a good player for them. But I want to give Andre Gomez a bit of a chance because he's a really, really good player, and I think he could do a job for us in the absence of Iniesta. I think he can really help Carlos Alenia along. Here we go then at El Madrigal, or Estadio de la Ceramica, and you can see it's a like-for-like formations. Just looking through their team, who have they got? They've got a lot of good players. Manu Trigueros and Soriano in midfield are really good. Nicolas Sansoni's had a really good start to the season for them. Rafa Silva's a decent player as well. They're inside forwards, so it's very, very similar. And they've got Mariano Diaz, who's at Lyon in real life, I believe, the former Real Madrid striker. So he's going to be a tough match. I think they're going quite direct because Mariano's quite a direct striker, isn't he? So should be an interesting game, this one, I think. Let's get into the boys then. We are going to say, I kind of want to say, I want you to do better than you did last time, but that's not an option. So let's give the fans a performance they're expecting of us here. Let's get back to winning ways because we cannot afford to fall further behind at the top two at the minute. Let's do this. Forza Barca. Here we go then, the handshake between the managers, and we are ready to go. The players are out for the lineups. A sea of yellow. The yellow submarine are out in force today. This is going to be a really tough match. Make no mistake about it. We should be winning it. We're a much better team, but it's certainly not going to be easy. Sergio Roberto with the throw. Trigueros wins the ball, but we've got it back with Paulinho. Andre Gomes now. Out to Ousmane Dembele. Oh, Lucas Digne made the run there, didn't he? But Messi's got it now, and Paulinho. And we've lost out, and Sansoni can play it forward, but Sergio Roberto tidies up, gives it to Rakitic. Umtiti, good bit of possession here now, just getting an early feel for the ball. This is good stuff. Andre Gomes goes to Digne, back into Rakitic. This is lovely passing, really getting a good touch of the ball here. Leo Messi. Gomez, first time out to Sergio Roberto, starting to look a bit more threatening now. And Suarez with the header, and that is a dream start. I mean, go back and count the passes. That must have been 30, 40 passes there. What a start to the match. 90 seconds on the clock. Andre Gomes decides to go more direct, out to Sergio Roberto. Suarez with the header. Don't know what happened to the keeper there. He was flat-footed. Throw in for Barca then. Digne to Gomez. Ousmane Dembele. Oh, he's gone. Good run, good low drive, good save by Hansen. So Ousmane Dembele back in the team for this match. Bernard has dropped to the bench, but he probably will come on. Really like the look of Bernard. He's had a really good start to his career at the Camp Nou. Here we go, more possession. We have smashed possession so far, haven't we? 2/3 possession so far, away from home at Villarreal. Here's Andre Gomes. Good ball out to Dembele. Digne leaves it to his compatriot. Gomez. Back to Digne now. And Ousmane Dembele and Suarez with another header, and it's 2-0. What a start to this match. We have absolutely dominated Villarreal here. The passing has been unbelievable. I mean, both goals have been a result of sensational moves. Absolutely superb, and two brilliant headers from Luis Suarez. And just when things are going really, really well, FM really likes to mess with you, doesn't it? So Luis Suarez is off injured. It's a knee injury, which doesn't bode well. That is not a good sign. I'm not looking forward to that news item after the match. We do have a very, very capable replacement in Moussa Dembele, though, of course. But I didn't want to be losing Luis Suarez, but at least he has given us a 2-0 lead. You can see at the bottom there, the league table. The result at the moment does put us up into 8th and just behind Villarreal, a point behind them. So you can see it's a huge match this. We desperately need to win it. Not just to claw some points back on the top two as Marin puts on wide, but also if Villarreal beat us, then you know it's a real 6-pointer, isn't it? Because they would go a lot a long way clear of us as well. So it's a huge match. As what a point blank save from ter Stegen to deny. Was it Rafa there? I think Rafa Silva. That would have been not a deserved goal. It would have been a well worked goal. But here's Messi. Can we make it 3-0? Can we get Moussa Dembele? He hasn't figured much this season, so he needs a lot of match fitness. But I'm guessing Suarez is on for a spell on the sidelines, so Moussa is going to get some games now, I think. Here's Messi, Ousmane Dembele in a little bit of space, and he's hit one, and Hansen has turned it around the post, kind of did it, and then dived. Strange. Corner goes in, Mariano heads away. Sergio Roberto to Rakitic. Played forward to Messi, first time to Gomez. Lovely ball to Moussa Dembele, he's got clear. Trigueros here. So this is the last few seconds of stoppage time at the end of the first half. Here's Ousmane Dembele. Plays it across. Leo Messi heads down. Oh, what happened there? Whoa, I don't think the keeper knew anything about that as we hit half time. Moussa Dembele, so unlucky. An inch, 2 inches either side there, and that was 3-0. And Moussa Dembele on the score sheet. That was really unlucky. The Hansen knew nothing about that, did he? Let's get in and let's give them a bit of encouragement. Actually, we're going to say don't get complacent. Keep focused. If you say I'm happy with how things are going, I have this horrible feeling they're going to take the foot off the gas, let Villarreal back into it. We cannot let that happen. We have to deliver 3 points today. Hansen takes a free kick to Semedo, Trigueros, Soriano. So they not looking too threatening at the moment, Villarreal. They've not really come out at us, it has to be said. We're still looking very comfortable, although we haven't done an awful lot in this second half at the moment either. But if we come out of here with a 2-0 win, that's fine by me. I'm happy with that. But Messi will not settle for that, will he? Here's Andre Gomez looking to put Moussa Dembele away. He's beaten the offside trap. It's Moussa Dembele. Side netting. Messi takes a free kick, so we're into stoppage time. Absolutely nothing has happened, really. We have made our other 2 substitutions. Paulinho and Andre Gomez went off. SMS and Alenia went on. We've done get creative shout-outs. We've done encourage shout-outs. We've done demand more shout-outs. As ter Stegen beats a shot away from Espinosa. None of them have worked today, but we got the job done early, didn't we? We've been really hurt by Suarez going off injured. That's still worrying me massively. He's done his job though, he's won us the points, but that does really worry me when we come to the inbox in a second. But 2-0, solid. We've gone 5 points now off the top. We will have a game in hand on them. I don't think I think Atletico have played. They beat Real Madrid. I'm not sure about Valencia, but this was a huge win. This was a must win. We absolutely had no other option but to deliver 3 points here today. So we're going to calmly say I'm very pleased with the result and your performance, because it was rather good. And that is not what we wanted to see. 6 weeks out for Luis Suarez with sprained knee ligaments. That is not good at all. Moussa Dembele is going to get a few games now. We're going to have to bring up either Adri or Abel Ruiz from the B team and have them as our backup, I think. And also we can use Messi, of course. So we'll just have a little chat with him about that and just tell him his place is secure when he returns. But he's getting old, isn't he? He's 32. These sort of injuries are going to happen more and more for him. It's a bit worrying, that, isn't it? What that means then for the league table is we are currently 8th. We are 5 points off the top as things stand. We've played the same amount of games. I was wrong. Atletico Madrid beat Real Madrid in midweek when we should have had the game against Granada. So they all play tomorrow. You can see here you've got Real Madrid against Betis. We've got Atletico Madrid away at Eibar. Hopefully they can do to Atletico what they did to us. Who else is above us there? Celta de Vigo currently 4th. They're away at Real Sociedad. That'll be a tough game. Valencia are away at Athletic Bilbao, so it's a huge day is that one. But what it does mean at the moment is we are 8th. It's not a great start to the season for us though. 2 wins, 2 draws and a defeat. Things have to get an awful lot better very quickly. So if we have a look at this schedule then, so our next game is against Feyenoord. Then we've got Granada at home. Maybe it wasn't Granada then, the match that we had postponed. I can't remember who it was now. Who was it? It could have been Oviedo, you know. Anyway, it's not important, is it? So we've got Feyenoord, Granada and Valencia coming up. We've got Marseille, Bilbao, Lugo in the Cup, Deportivo La Coruña and Marseille as well. Not really sure what I'm going to do for the next video. Possibly the home game with Marseille. I definitely want to get one of those two on a live com. I think that Valencia game could be an option as well. Maybe do Valencia away and then Marseille away, possibly for the next two. Anyway, we will figure that out as we go along, guys. Thank you so much for watching that. It's a big win, a big 3 points. It's got to be worth a thumbs up, got to be worth a subscription as well. Smash those notifications. Follow me on Twitter at GamerJamesFM, and then never miss when an episode is due to come out. And I will see you very soon for the next episode against whoever it is that we end up playing. But thank you very much for watching this video, guys, and I will see you very soon. Bye bye.